Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, we're going to continue our look at the Negro and Winter League baseball memorabilia from the Latin American countries. We're working our way backwards from the early 50s, where we started, all the way back to the 19th century. So today's episode, we're going to continue where we left off, which was around 1948. So the first item we're going to look at is a Type 1 original photo. This one was from Cuba. Pictures two Cuban baseball players here from 48 Winter League. On the right side here is Ray Dandridge. Dandridge was a Hall of Fame third baseman. Played beginning his career in the mid 30s and running all the way through the 40s and into the first half of the 50s. So played about 2 decades worth of ball between Negro League in the U.S. and then also many winters in Latin America. His teammate pictured on the left side here is Quincy Troop. Quincy Troop was a not Hall of Fame, but probably close, and one day possibly in the Hall of Fame. He was a catcher in the Negro Leagues, primarily in the 40s and into the early 50s. Troop was a superior defensive catcher as well as an excellent hitter. Both players are pictured in their Marianao uniform, which was their Cuban Winter League jersey. This again is 1948 to 49 Winter League. Marianao was one of the four professional baseball teams playing winter ball in Cuba during this time period. So Dandridge and Troop, nice Type 1 photo there. Pictured above them, we have another 48-49 Cuban Winter League item. This is a Almendares, which is another one of the four Cuban ball clubs at that time. It's a Almendares team premium. So this would have been an image that was sold at the ballpark or the stadium souvenir shop. Could have came in possibly in a program or a scorecard, or it could have been just sold in an envelope. This one has a noticeable crease down the center of it, vertical crease. So it looks like it might have been folded in half and could have been in an envelope or something like that. The Almendares team had two big stars that season in winter ball. One was Baseball Hall of Famer Monte Irvin, who would go on to a superb major league career with the New York Giants. His career kind of spanned almost equally Negro League time as well as MLB time. Irvin was an outstanding outfielder, excellent hitter, batted close to 300 for his career, and very popular player. Played with Willie Mays on the early New York Giants. The other significant player here from the Negro Leagues was Sam Jethro. Jethro was a star second baseman. Began his career around 1950 with the Boston Braves. Moved with them till Milwaukee a couple of years later, and had an excellent, close to a decade-long career in the major leagues for the Braves. So Almendares Premium, Monte Irvin, and Sam Jethro. Several of the other players were also significant in Cuban baseball, and also many of them played in the U.S. Negro Leagues as well. Okay, next item we're going to look at here is a photo of two individuals. This one is a image from Lycée. Lycée, I believe, was in the Dominican Republic. Not 100% sure. This picture is Cocaine Garcia here with his hands in his lap next to the individual that's in street clothes. So Cocaine Garcia was from Cuba. He was outstanding pitcher, a short guy, and was a star pitcher both in the U.S. Negro Leagues as well as Cuban baseball throughout the 40s and into the 1950s. The individual with him looks like a teammate. He's wearing the cap. He's in street clothes, though, so maybe he wasn't active for this game where the picture was taken. So Cocaine Garcia, Lacey, 1948 Winter League. Next to that is a really interesting piece here. This one is a program from what looks like some sort of an awards dinner on behalf of Buck Leonard. Now, Buck Leonard was probably notable to many of you. He was a star slugging first baseman for the Homestead Grays, club that won the 9 consecutive Negro National League pennants from the mid 30s to the mid 40s. He played together with Josh Gibson. Leonard was the first baseman. Gibson, of course, was the star catcher. And they had other Hall of Famers that came in and out on those teams. Raymond Brown was also there for most of those years. So Leonard's pictured here right in the center, nice portrait image right in the middle of the program on the front cover. And this one also has a Buck Leonard signature, which makes it even nicer. It looks like a later in life signature, a little shaky, so it was probably signed after his retirement in his later days. But a really cool Negro League program testimonial dinner featuring Buck Leonard there. I have no idea what's inside the program, maybe some other pictures of Buck. Above that, we've got another same team. It's 48-49 Almendares, Cuban League. Same team, Monty Irvin, Sam Jethro. Exact same image. This one's got the names identified above the photo. The other one had the names below the photo. Probably came from a different source. Most of these team premiums tended to be on very thin, like newspaper stock type of paper, so they were very prone to damage. Most of the ones you'll find have significant tearing, pieces missing, all kinds of different condition issues. So not something you're going to find usually in a near mint condition. Okay, next item we're going to look at is this one's actually from the Negro Leagues. This is the Homestead Grays uniforms here. This one here is Luke Easter. Luke Easter is the one who looks like he's being congratulated, probably after hitting a home run, as Easter was oftentimes known to do, one of the top power hitters during the 40s in Negro League Baseball with the Homestead Grays. Also played many winters in Puerto Rico, as well as other Latin American countries. And Wilmer Fields is the individual next to him that looks like he's congratulating him. Wilmer Fields was also a significant star, Negro League star with the Homestead Grays. Easter would go on to a pretty prominent Major League Baseball career, playing several years in MLB after his Negro League days. And then there's another individual here, looks like maybe a bat boy. So a 1948 Homestead Grays original Type 1 photo, Luke Easter and Wilmer Fields. Next to that one, we have an individual who's probably more well known to some of you. This is Don Newcomb with the Almendares team. Again, that's the Cuban Winter League Baseball Club. This is 1948. Unfortunately, Newcomb's looking down, so you're not looking at the camera. But a nice image of him. This is about 2 years before his MLB rookie card from the 1950 Bowman series. So real early image of Don Newcomb, star pitcher for the Brooklyn Dodgers during the 50s. Above that one, we have the, once again, a third time now, the same 1948-49 Almendares team. This is another version of a premium that would have been sold at the ballpark stadium. And again, includes Monty Irvin and Sam Jethro. Okay, this one here is a really interesting piece. This is from Santurce in Puerto Rico. This is a 1947 Winter League piece, so this would have been 47-48. This is, again, Santurce, so the complete team photo is at the very bottom. And then surrounding that, we've got little square portraits of all the ball players that were on that club. Looks like there's about 25 of them or so. Um, they kind of look like they might even, I never researched it to check, but since these are from Puerto Rico and the Toloteros baseball cards that came out in the late 40s were also Puerto Rico, and they look to be in the same format, it appears that many of these images on here might be the actual images used for the Toloteros Puerto Rican Winter League cards for many of these players. The two biggest names that are on here on this team would have been Vic Harris. Harris was just very recently up for election to the Hall of Fame as a Negro League representative, primarily as a manager, but he was also an outstanding ball player as well, going back to the around 1930 with the Homestead Grays. He did not end up making it this time around, but is definitely a good future candidate. The second major player on here was Dick C. Scay. He was a prominent second baseman in the Negro Leagues primarily during the 40s, late 30s, 40s. Made many multiple All-Star teams. Played mainly for the Philadelphia Stars as well as other clubs, and also played Winter League ball in Puerto Rico as well. So Vic Harris and Dick C. on this 1947 Santurce premium. We looked at one of these when we covered the early 1950s. There was another Santurce premium like this that had Willard Brown and Roberto Clemente as well. And the last thing we're going to look at today here is it looks like it's a Type 1 original photo. It's again another awards dinner, banquet type of thing. This one's got four prominent Negro League guys. The biggest name in there is Willard Brown, Hall of Fame outfielder who we've already looked at a number of items from the early 50s and late 40s. In addition to Brown, this one's got Vic Harris, again, future candidate, John Ford Smith, and Bob Thurman. So all four of those were prominent Negro League ball players, as well as playing in Latin America during the winters. So that's going to wrap up today's episode. Another look back at a lot of interesting Negro League memorabilia pieces. I hope you liked the video and have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.